Hello and welcome to my Science to Wrap YouTube channel, and you're watching a stay-at-home science practical on chromatography. So before we start, I just want to state this shouldn't be being done by any kids or students at home on their own and should be supervised by a responsible adult, ideally the person whose house you're actually completing this practical in. Hopefully they can risk assess it and it can all be nice and safe. So what we've got is, like I said, a practical on chromatography, and we're going to test out the ink of 4 different pens. So the equipment you're going to need. Firstly, you're going to need a glass and you're going to have to pour some sort of liquid into that. Now this works with water, but I've used vodka, and the reason for that is that vodka more readily evaporates. If you use water, you might have to complete the practical by putting the equipment in some sort of airing cupboard or something just to help that liquid evaporate off the paper. So the paper that I'm talking about is coffee filter paper. Now you're going to have to cut a little strip out of this, like I've just done earlier here, and then draw a line in pencil about 2 centimeters above the bottom of the paper. And it is important it's done in pencil, and also it's important that it's done absolutely horizontally. So once you draw that line in pencil, like that, you've then got to draw a little dot in an ink of a pen of your choice. So I've drawn a little black dot on the paper there, and now we're ready for the next step. So once you've got that dot drawn onto the end of the chromatography paper across that pencil line, you've then got to let it sit inside that liquid. Now, this is a point that everyone always gets wrong. They let the dot enter the actual liquid itself, okay? You've got to make sure that the dot is above the liquid and that it's just the tip of the chromatography paper that is sitting in the liquid. Otherwise, you're going to get the ink from the dot leaching into the liquid instead of the liquid being drawn up through the chromatography paper and hence past the ink. So you just got to pop that into the liquid and adjust it so that it's just the tip of the chromatography paper sitting in the liquid there. So here's the really cool bit and the actual practical itself. Now we're going to test to see if there's anything inside that black ink other than the black colour itself. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. It's why it's a really cool experiment. So once you have the paper sitting on your lollipop stick or anything that basically will stop it from falling into the water, it could even be a pencil. All right, let's do that, fair play. So if you get your pencil and you pop the paper over the top, then let that sit into the liquid. As you can see, you hopefully will be able to see that that dot there isn't actually inside the liquid. It's just the liquid being drawn up past the dot. Now, if you leave that for a little bit, I'm talking 10 minutes, then hopefully you're going to get really nice results after. So like I said, I've tested 4 different pens. I didn't know how they were going to respond to this, and I'm going to show you the results now. So I'm just going to put this one to the side. Firstly, I did 2 permanent markers and they were rubbish. So this permanent marker here, this whiteboard marker, just didn't work at all. I don't know why it didn't work. Same for this one here. But we've got 2 really nice sets of results for these 2 pens here, each of them, well obviously this is a black biro, and then this one has 4 different inks and one of them is black. Okay, so the results that we've got for it have come out looking like this. So for this pen here, it's obvious that there's really only one sort of colour in it, maybe a mix of 2, a bit of purple and a bit of blue. But for this one here, we've got amazing results. For one reason or another, in this black pen, there is yellow ink. Obviously it gives the right tone. The company decided that that's what they needed to get the right mixture. So my question to you is, why has the yellow ink been drawn further up, higher up the chromatography paper? And secondly, can you think of any application for this experiment? Now, I'll tell you that there are forensic applications, and there's also a very, very important, widely used application for chromatography in sports and athletics. Now, it's not chromatography using a liquid, it's actually called gas chromatography. Have a think about what you might be able to find if you were able to separate out different things in a mixture. What's that got to do with sport and athletics? Okay, I'm going to post the explanation of this underneath the video. Key stage 2, key stage 3 and key stage 4. So hopefully it will be just right for your kids' understanding and their scientific level. Look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.